Hey guys, it is Wednesday, the 6th of June. It's about 4 o'clock, and I wanted to go ahead and do a little video on how to build a basic workout routine, as well as how to build like an exercise plan. And I did want to go ahead and apologize for Friday's late upload that came up on Monday. That was some serious computer trouble that I'm hoping will not happen again. That was such bullshit. But let's go ahead and get into the video because I'm really excited to teach you guys how to do this. One of my main goals with this channel was to be able to teach you guys some of the things that I wish that I knew when I started out, because I did have to go through and do so much research and so much studying trying to find out how to do some of the most basic things. And as part of this channel's goal, it is to teach you guys how to do what I had to research for hours and hours to figure out how to do. So without any more ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Oh my god. Freaking leg day. This is terrible. I know when I first started out weightlifting, coming back from my wreck and then starting into weightlifting, I had a really hard time finding information on how to set up a workout. You could find everybody's different version of a workout, but you couldn't find like information on how to make your own. So I thought, let's go ahead and do a video on that, because that's something that would have totally helped me. I know that there are a few things that you can find out there on how to set stuff up, but let's put it all into one. Let's just throw it all into this video and be done with it. And then that way you don't have to go searching for any more. So the first thing that you need to do is decide how much time are you willing to devote to working out. Are you going to be working out 1 to 2 times a week for like 15 to 30 minutes? Or are you going to be working out 5 times a week, going at it for an hour or more? You really have to decide how much time you're going to devote to this. This is just to give you an idea how to get to the point of building your program. So next you have to decide on where you're going to be working out. Where you work out kind of gives you a basis on what you're going to be doing. So if you're working out at home and you have no equipment, you're going to be doing body weight exercises. If you're working out at a fully stocked gym, you have a lot more options at hand. Say you're going to the track where they have different places for you to do chin-ups and pull-ups, and they have a ton of stairs plus all these hurdles and things that you can work with. There's a limited amount of equipment that you can use to set up your workout that you can utilize during it. So once you know how much time you're going to devote, how much time per day you're going to devote to it, and where you're going to be working out, then you have to kind of decide on what your goal is. Are you going to be working out to build power and strength? You want to be like, oh yeah dude, check me out, I can lift like 1,000,000 pounds. Or are you working out so that you can build an aesthetic sort of look that you like? And if not, then maybe you're doing it for endurance to help you with a sport or something to that effect. That will help you to build your rep ranges as well as your number of sets that you're doing. Now, the next thing is deciding what kind of workout do you want to do? Based on how many days per week, how much time you have to devote to this. Are you going to be doing a full body workout twice a week? Or are you going to do a push-pull split where you're working out 3 to 4 times a week? Or maybe you're going to be doing an upper-lower split. There's a lot of different options that you can work with. I'm going to kind of go into that as we keep going here. So say you have 2 days a week to work out for about let's say 12 to 30 minutes, okay? You want to make sure that you're hitting pretty much everything on your body. So you're going to be doing a full body workout. You want it to be fast paced because you don't have a lot of time to work on this. So perhaps something like a full body circuit or a full body HIIT workout is going to be the best option for you. If you want to do maybe something like you hit upper body on Monday and then on Thursday or Friday hitting your lower body, that's another option too. There's a ton of different ways that you can play with this based on what you want. Now, most people that are going to the gym going for like a certain look, they're going 3 to 5 times a week, if not more. And based on what they want to do, based on what they want to build, what they want to make smaller, that sort of thing is what they're going to do. So for me personally, I want to make sure that my shoulders are looking nice and big and round. I have a hard time building shoulders because of my shoulder injuries. I also want to make sure that my lats look great from a front and a back pose. And I need to build some width to my booty, not necessarily like popping out. I mean, it's fine where it is, but I need to tone up my legs. So with that kind of in mind, I know that I need to be hitting my shoulders a little harder than what I'm hitting, I don't know, my abs or my chest. I need to throw in an extra lat exercise here or there. I need to make sure that I am hitting front and back of the legs to tone them up in an even proportion, and that I am hitting glutes 1 to 3 times a week based on what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to give it a little more oomph, but not be like, okay. So my type of exercises are going to be different from, say, yours. Now, based on what you're trying to do, that's also going to be how you go at it in the gym. If you're going for strength, if you're going for straight up power, like the ultimate power, then you want to do something between, let's say, 4 to 6 sets of 1 to 6-ish reps. Now, these can vary. These are not a set number. These are the ones that I have found that tend to be pretty straight across the board. If you're going for more of a muscle building, aesthetic, sort of physique type look, then you want to do about 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps. Some people go all the way up to 15 reps. If you want to go for endurance for like running, for keeping on moving, keep it going, then maybe something like 1 to 4 sets of 15 to 20 reps. I have actually done one set that was 50 reps. It's killer. But with all of this in mind, you're going back to how much time you have to devote to this, and then how you want to split it up, how you're trying to work out what your ultimate goal is, and then you're going to start building it. So I know personally that I like to do an upper lower body split, as well as one HIIT full body workout per week. That's what I enjoy. It helps me to get a little bit extra on those muscles that I need to get a little extra on, but I'm still hitting everything throughout the week. So I break it down between one day being a ham and glute set for my lower body, another being my quads, glutes, and calves, never side by side because you need to give those muscles ample time to rest in between. If I'm doing upper body, I typically do shoulders and arms together. That's me personally. I like doing that. As you build your own workouts, you'll start to see what you like, what does best for you, what fits your time frame best. I like back to be its only thing I work in a day, because by the time I'm done with back, I'm dying. And I hit chest once a week on my HIIT workout. I do not have a big chest. I am not looking to build a big chest. Also, when I build chest, this front delt tends to build and it looks ridiculous. I already have a difference between the two. So again, something that I've learned through doing it. So I hit chest once a week on my HIIT workout. Now, I don't like to hit abs. I personally don't enjoy doing abs any more than I like doing cardio. So I hit cardio, abs, chest, all of those things that I dislike and that cause problems on my HIIT full body circuit. You do not have to do it this way. You can build your workout any way you want. This is just an idea of how I set my week up. Before I did this, I used to do a full body circuit where I would work probably 1 to 3 times a week, sometimes 4, and I did the whole body, starting at the top down on Monday. Usually on Wednesday was the lower body to the top, and then Friday was kind of like my free day on however I wanted to set it up. And I did it as a full body HIIT circuit because it got it done. That was what worked with my time frame. So you have your idea. You kind of have a good idea on how you're going to work this. Now what? Now it's time to build your workout. I think this air conditioner is gonna run through like this whole video while I shoot it. It's fine, you're fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and start actually building a workout. You kind of got your routine set up. Now it's time to build your workout for each of those. So depending upon how you've set it up is how you're going to build it. Personally, if I am doing a full body circuit, depending upon how many times a week I do it, will depend on how I set it up. You could do something like just lower body, or you could do something like just upper body. You don't have to do it as a full body circuit, but maybe you only have 2 times a week that you can work out for like 30 minutes. This would be perfect. And then that way you're at least hitting everything once a week. What I personally prefer is to pick between, you're gonna think I'm crazy, 1 to 7, I just counted wrong, 7, there we go, 7 exercises per body part. So if you're doing, say, like a full body workout and it's a full setup, then I pick 1 exercise for each major body part. So chest gets 1, shoulders get 1, bis and tris get 1, each, abs, back, glutes, quads, hams, and calves. That is how I set it up. You don't necessarily have to do it like that. Like I said, you could do like just upper body, just lower body. So 1 to 7 exercises per body part. If you're doing, say, like hamstrings, that's what I did last night and I'm still dying from it. I cannot believe I actually made it up the steps today. Starting with a multi-joint movement is the best thing you can do. Shoulders, glutes, your legs, multi-joint movements, same with your back and your chest, starting with the bench press, starting with the bent over row. The really heavy lifts, kick them in first gear. That's the one you're going to start with. So on lower body, it would be like squats or deadlifts. That's a perfect way to start. Then start into something that's a little more isolation. So say on legs, I would do something like a hack squat. If they don't have a hack squat, that's fine. You don't have to do a hack squat. You do something like a sissy squat if you're doing legs. Then start in after maybe 1 to 2 more isolation exercises that could still be multi-joint exercises. Start into your straight up isolation exercises. So like I did glutes the other day. My donkey kicks were your cable kickbacks. Those are a perfect one. Or maybe like a hip adductor or abductor exercise. Those are perfect. And again, you're doing between 1 to say 7 different exercises per body part. On my hamstring exercises I did last night, I started with a deadlift. I went over and did a cable pull through. I did a box lunge where you're stepping up onto the box. And then I did a Bulgarian split squat. And then I did, what was my last one? Oh, slider hamstring curls. I personally don't like using the hamstring curl machine. It feels weird to me. So I like to do the slider hamstring curl. On that one, you just lay on your back. You put basically 2 frisbees under your feet. Raise up like you're doing a glute ham raise. And then you start sliding your legs in and out. You can do it 1 at a time or 2 at a time. Since it was the very end of my workout and I was already dying, I did 1 at a time. So there you go. That is a perfect workout. Doesn't have to be super complicated. You could say you're doing something like glutes and hams. Do half your exercises for hamstrings. Do the other half for glutes. That is a perfect way to do it. Again, 1 to 7 exercises depending upon what you're doing. The one exercise, the 1 to 2, is typically something you do for a more full body type circuit, but you could technically do that. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for a split, I guess. There's a lot of different ways you can set up a workout. I went and utilized bodybuilding.com for ages for ideas on how to set up a workout. And based on what my goals were, maybe they were power, that was just what I changed the rep ranges to. And sometimes that worked and sometimes it didn't. When I started into doing my hypertrophy exercises, it worked great. Doing the power exercises, sometimes you're too exhausted to fit 5 to 7 exercises for something when you're doing power. Sometimes for me, it's like 4. That's about all you can get out of me on my power days. I was actually surprised I got as many as I did in last night. But that's it. Super easy. So pick how much time you're going to allot for this during the week and then during the day that you're going to do it. Pick where you're working out based on what you have available. Are you doing body weight exercises? Are you using machines? Are you going to be using dumbbells, barbells? What is it? Then pick how you want to train. Do you want to do it in a HIIT style? Do you want to do it in a upper body, lower body split? Do you want to hit one upper body and a lower body right next to each other? People do this all the time. You can totally do that. There's a ton of different ways you can set up your workout routine, not just for the day, but for the week. Then pick what your goal is. Are you working for power? That's 4 to 6 sets of 1 to 6 reps. Some people go as high as 8. Sometimes I'll go as high as 8 if I didn't pick enough weight. Are you working towards more of a muscle building, aesthetic, sort of bulging muscle look? You're going to go for like the hypertrophy type exercises, 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps. Some people go up to 15 on that. Or are you doing for endurance? 15 or more on your reps with maybe 1 to 4 sets. There's been a few times I've done less, there's been a few times I've done more. Then start to build it. Build it based on what works for you. If you're doing a full body circuit, 1 exercise is more than enough to hit something if you're doing the full body in 1 workout. If something's lagging, put 2 exercises in there. It doesn't have to be rocket science. You can keep it simple, stupid. Just keep it as easy as possible. If you'd rather do something like quads and hams, split up 5 to 7 exercises between your quads and your hams. If you want to do something like shoulders and arms where you're hitting your front, your lateral, and your rear delt, plus your bis and your tris, okay, you're going to have to figure out how to get the right exercises that work for you to fit within about 7 exercises. Usually after that, people start to wimp out. Some people can do more, but I've noticed 7 tends to be most people's limit, and that's more than enough for a great workout. So there it is. If you have a hard time picking your exercises or you don't know what to do, go research it. Keep this really, really simple. Google best exercises for your quads. It doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. You might be surprised how many exercises on your body work another muscle group really, really well. Squats are amazing, so are deadlifts. They're great for your legs and your glutes. You can do those 2 and get an awesome lower body workout just with those 2. Now, I would definitely recommend hitting some more isolation stuff. That's just me personally, but that's it. That's all you have to do. Not complicated, not anything crazy. When you get done setting up your exercises, make sure you factor in your rest periods. Rest periods are when you're getting up your oomph to get ready to do it again. Based on your needs is how long you're going to rest. If you're going for power, don't be surprised if you have to rest 3 to 5 minutes between your sets. Power exercises are a beast. If you're doing something like a hypertrophy, go for 45 seconds to a minute, maybe even 2. If you're doing something for endurance, try to keep that really, really low because you're going for endurance. You're going for that lactic acid buildup where you're trying to just kill that muscle completely, where it's going to burn through the entire workout. And I know on my endurance exercises, it's usually about 45 seconds is enough, and then it's time to get going again. So I hope that helped. That was something that I wish I had when I was first starting, and it would have saved me so much time researching to where I didn't have to have a whole notebook filled with information on how to set up, how to do a workout plan for yourself. I don't think that bodybuilding, weightlifting, or health should be as complicated as we make it. We seem to overcomplicate things so much so that it gets confusing, and it really, really isn't. When you get down to the basics of it, it's really, really simple. As complicated as it seems, it's really not. And everybody has different variations on different things. So what I say for reps and sets, somebody might be like, oh dude, no, 6 is way too many, so is 8 on your power. And another person might be like, you're doing only 1 or 2? Well, yeah, are you maxing out on this? What are you doing? What kind of power exercises are you doing? There's a ton of variety out there. Even for, say, like a bicep curl, you can do a bicep curl very simply, like this. Or you can turn your hand like this, or you can turn your hand like this to do it. My hands look weird when I do it that way, sorry. Are you doing it with a barbell? Are you doing it with a kettlebell? Are you doing it while squatting and lunging? Are you doing a cable? What are you doing? There's so many different variations for everything out there, but that doesn't mean it has to be overcomplicated. So I hope that helped you guys to build a basic workout routine and exercise plan. That is something that I have done for a long time. If I'm feeling lazy, I do just head on over to bodybuilding.com and research an exercise. Maybe I just need to find something different than what I've been doing. I always try to pick exercises that I know suck, that I hate. Single leg deadlifts. Oh my god. Yeah, that's a good thing to do. Don't ever keep the same workout routine for every exercise. Don't ever do it the exact same way each time. Make sure that you are switching up, getting a ton of variety, having fun with it, because you don't want to get bored. You don't want to hit that plateau where you stop gaining, stop losing, whatever your goal is. You want to keep it fun, and don't overcomplicate it. It really doesn't have to be.